What's going on, guys? Today I want to do a quick review of this car, my 2022 Tesla Model S. I bought it used about a year ago. It is now July 2026. I bought it May 2025. It had 22.6 thousand miles on it. It now has 48.1 thousand miles on it. So 25,000 miles a year later, good, the bad, the ugly. What have I learned about this car? What service have I had done on this car? And most importantly, the number one question I get the most: how has tire wear been? So I know it's kind of tight down here, but this is my left rear tire, and you can see how much life it has on it. I think it looks pretty good, and overall it's wearing well. I've had these tires since I picked up the car 25,000 miles ago. Not perfect, but it's 25,000 miles. What do you expect? Now let's go look at the front left tire. So this is the front left tire of the car. A lot more life. Car just locked on me. A lot more life than the rear tire. Then again, the rear is where a ton of the power comes from, and you can see looks good here. A lot of life left in these tires. Now, a lot of people who buy this car, usually the plaid and usually on 21-inch rims, talk about how bad the tire life on this car is. And I think the tire life on this car is just fine. Again, 25,000 miles on this car, on these tires. And I've had no issues, no flats, no blowouts, no punctures, no nothing. These tires they've handled really, really well. Now, to be fair, I don't launch this car a lot. Me launching the car is me getting on the highway. Sometimes you got slow people up in front of you. You just need to get around those people. But day-to-day driving, going to work, doing whatever, I'm not launching this car. I'm not abusing this car. I'm not treating this car crazy or anything. So overall, my tire wear is good. And obviously, you guys know, if you've been watching the channel long enough, you know we also have a Model X, and I've been using that car a lot more as of late. So the wear and tear on this car it won't be as prevalent as it could be for other people, right? If that's your only car or if you use your cars a lot. Now, you guys know we've driven this car 3 times to Florida over the past about a year, and it's been a great road tripper. The range on this car is great. If you charge this car to 100%, it will read about 370 miles of EPA rated range. When this car was brand new 4 years ago, it read, I think, 405 miles. So overall, battery condition is in pretty good shape. I really don't have too many complaints about this car. But now I want to get into the service history of this car. How many times have I taken it to the service center and all that stuff? I've taken this car to the service center over the last about a year. Maybe we've had the car now 14 months, so about last year or so, maybe a little more than a year. I've taken this car to the service center 11 times. So I'm just going to read off of this list that I wrote previously before starting this video. I'm not going to tell you service center 1 this happened, service center 2 visit this happened, so on and so forth. Just overall what I've had worked on this car. So the windshield washer fluid cap was missing, which I don't understand because the cap is actually attached to the reservoir. So my car has a cap that just clicks on instead of being attached to the reservoir. From what I've seen, Tesla cars, they just come attached. So I thought they were going to give me a whole new reservoir. They just put a cap on top of it. The charge port door would open by itself. I would be sitting in the car just like this. I would look at my left mirror and see that the door opened for whatever reason, so they went ahead and replaced that door. Left mirror and rear view mirrors would shake, so going down the road, regular old vibration on the road. No road is really perfect, and the left mirror and the rear view mirror would shake as I was going down the road. Brakes had a weird feeling, so these brake rotors never really looked that great. I don't think they are that great, and I should get them replaced, but I haven't really had any major issues. I tend to drive far away from people. For the most part, I don't use the brake pedal. I mainly use regen braking while slowing down. So overall, I don't know if I'm really going to replace the brake rotors, or maybe one day I will. It's just not an urgent thing for me to do right now. The trunk struts would squeal, so when I would open the hatch back there, it would squeal and make weird noises. Tesla replaced it, so everything is all good now. My mirrors wouldn't tilt properly, so when you would put the car into reverse, with that right mirror, it wouldn't tilt properly. It wouldn't tilt down at all, actually. Long story short, I've always had issues with the mirrors tilting in this car, or with the mirrors not coming back to its proper position in this car. And for another reason, my car was had a factory reset done, and since then I've had no issues with the mirrors on this car. So maybe your car needs a factory reset if you're having similar issues like what I had. My yoke started peeling. So my yoke got replaced. This is a Gen 2 yoke, you know, because this button here is not the horn. This is the horn here. The yoke started peeling due to my wedding ring, so there's some pretty sharp angles on my wedding ring. And down here on the back side and over here, I mean, within the first week or so of me having the car, it was peeling. So I had a Gen 1 yoke here. They put a Gen 2 yoke on this car, and now I have no issues. I mean, I've been wearing my ring for well over a year with this yoke, and everything is great. No complaints. I would get wind noise at times. So while I'm driving down the road, I would get some wind noise from this area here. Now, I had the same exact issue on that car, my Model X, and the service tech said that this window here needed to be replaced, and he did replace it. Even though when I pressed on this plastic piece here while driving down the road, that would kind of cure it, but he said it was the glass on that car that needed to be replaced. So maybe I have that issue with this car, but I would only hear that wind noise here and there at 80 miles an hour. So I don't know if like the wind direction would change while I'm going down the road. And it was very faint. It wasn't loud. I mean, even now, it's still not loud. It's not really an issue. So, I mean, it might be an issue for other people, not really an issue for me. So just something to look out for if you're buying a used Model S. I had my windshield replaced. This was one of the first videos I made with this car. The windshield had all kind of chips on it, and I spoke to the guys there like, hey, I know it's a used car. It has 22,000 miles on it. By the way, this car now, well, this windshield has 25,000 miles on it, and it has a chip here and a chip there. Not as bad as what the original windshield had. And, you know, I said to the guys, hey, I understand this is a used car. Do you think you guys could possibly fix those chips on there? And the guy went to the back, came back out, and said, look, we're just going to replace your windshield. So I got a free, brand new windshield. Nothing to complain about. But when you're buying a used car in general, make sure you look at the windshield. Make sure if it's chipped up, try to get it replaced, or get, I think it's $1,800 for this windshield. Get the windshield replaced, get $1,800 off, work out some kind of deal, because if you sell the car like that, they might try to take some money off of the trade-in price or the used sale price off of your money, right? So you have to be worried about that. Low voltage battery replaced, harnesses disconnected. I had an issue with this car where I would go to a V3 or V4 charger at a low state of charge, and let's say I pull up at 10%, 5%, and I actually have this on video. I would start charging, the car would make its way up to 250 kilowatts, and then just stop charging. We can start getting ready. Then I would replug in the car. The car would charge maybe at 200 kilowatts, 150 kilowatts, and then I could charge all the way to 100 if I wanted to. One of the harnesses was disconnected. I don't know which one. I don't know a lot of stuff about that, but or a lot of things about that type of stuff. But one of the harnesses was disconnected, and because it was disconnected, the charge speed was impacted. You know, with this car. So I don't know what happened. Everything I read online said the low voltage battery was probably due to be replaced. The car was already 3 years old at that time. Tesla gave me a free low voltage battery, so I guess I'm good for another about 2-3 years. And they also reconnected the harnesses. So I've had no charging issues ever since. Cruise control disabled, and my left repeater camera on the left fender of the car was replaced. The front camera, so not this camera here, but the camera that shoots out, one of them, was replaced. And then the autopilot computer was also replaced. So those three things got replaced. Initially, they just cleaned the camera on the B pillar. That didn't work. Then they replaced each camera and computer, as I mentioned. This happened over the course, I think, of 4 or 5 service visits. And now I'm pretty good. Funny enough, I got the cruise control disabled message last week while driving this car on the highway, and it's been months since I've received that message, so I don't know what's going on. I don't really drive my Model S as often as I used to, but yeah, we'll take it for a drive before the video is out, just so you guys can see what's going on with it. But overall, autopilot, no issue. Cruise control, no issue. Generally speaking, the car's been driving fine, so I don't really have a whole lot to complain about. And one of the last service visits I took the car in for, vibration while accelerating. Half shafts, front half shafts, needed to be replaced. Now I have this really weird humming noise when I turn the car going in and out of tight driveways. So if you make a very, very tight corner and you're also going uphill or downhill at the same time, like a driveway or any kind of tight Westchester turn, I had this weird humming noise. And I read online, if you have this humming noise, you should go to an empty parking lot, drive around in circles pretty fast, and you'll kind of eliminate that humming noise. So I did that, and I kind of eliminated the humming noise. It's not totally gone, but it's heavily reduced. So I'm pretty happy about that. Side note, this car, my Model X, has, just hit my air freshener. Side note, my Model X also has a bit of a vibration while accelerating, so I might need to get the half shafts replaced on that. It's all going to be warranty. Overall, I paid almost nothing for everything I just told you about over 11 service visits. Overall, this car has been great. Something else that people have asked me about is the white seats. How have the white seats handled having a family? And not great, honestly. I mean, you could kind of see some dirt, especially where Kaio sits. You could see some staining there. I mean, I don't really keep the car that clean. I mean, back here looks good. No one's touching this. This part here, I got some milk because of my baby. You can see the floor is kind of dirty. I mean, this is kind of like normal family stuff. But overall, I mean, it's not bad, all right? I thought it was going to be worse than this. But overall, the car looks good. Keep in mind, this car was $110,000 brand new. White exterior, white interior. Each option was about an additional $1,000, I think, or $1,500. The person that had this car before me, again, only drove it 22,000 miles. They leased the car for 3 years, probably paid $1,800 a month for this car. And when I bought this car, I paid $47,100 for this vehicle. And I think we could talk about this a little bit. Paid $47,100 for this vehicle. My car note was $648 a month over a 75-month loan. In less than a year, I paid off this car. How did I do that? I think that's a video for another day. I'm not really sure if I have time to get into that. I mean, if you guys are interested in how did I pay off a $40-some-thousand car in less than a year, let me know. I could actually make a video about that. But overall, the car is good. The problem with this car is so wide that when I'm parallel parking, I think the car, like the sedan in front of me, and my car is the same width. So I end up chewing up my tire or my rims every now and again. I'm not the best parallel parker, but you know, I'm good enough. And yeah, let's go take this car out for a ride. Hang on. How is my license plate? Yo, someone hit my license plate. Someone actually, look at this. Look at all this damage. Someone backed into my car. Like, how is my license plate dented like that? I've never hit nothing with my plate. Alright, that's crazy. Who the fuck did that? That's why you gotta have Sentry mode on at all times. I wonder if it's these people over here. By the way, those neighbors of mine, they really don't know how to drive too well. All right, let's go for a little road test. It's gonna rain before we know it, because that's just my life. It always rains when I need to go outside. But we're gonna go for a little road test, just see what's going on with the car. And yeah, you guys get to see your favorite car in action. We still haven't road tripped this car yet. We will soon enough. But anyway, let's just get out of here. Quick little pull here. Jeez, man. This car just has so much power, man. I mean, the Model X has the same amount of power, 670 horses, but it's a bigger vehicle, heavier vehicle, so you know, you don't really get to really feel it as much like you can in this car. All right, we got autopilot going, so let's see what we got. I'm so used to full self-driving on my wife's 22 Model X, even though it's hardware 3, and there's a considerable difference between hardware 3 and hardware 4. Hardware 3 is like someone struggling to drive. Hardware 4 is like someone who has driven for a very long time driving that car. That's a video for another day. But here we go, autopilot, still working well. I'm not getting any error messages. It's holding the lane well. It's holding the distance between me and that car pretty well. Slowing down here. Sometimes it gets a little confused here because it's a little awkward with that curb. See? Actually, it was just, I thought that was, all right. I thought it was telling me to take control. But every now and again, it kind of freaks out right there. Now, the weird thing about this car, and I haven't experienced this yet in the Model X, is either when the battery is very full, so it can't really regen, or when, ooh, look, another Model S driving through right there, or when it's cold outside, so the battery can't regen. If you take your foot off the accelerator pedal, it's supposed to switch to friction braking, like if you're actually hitting the actual brake pedal. It's this weird delay between regen not working and the brake pedal, the physical brake pedal, actually starting up to brake. It's a very weird thing that happens. And I noticed this car has that issue. My 23 Model 3 did not have that issue. So it just goes to show you how much Tesla can update their vehicles in just one model year. I know the S and X, I gotta put up these windows. I know the S and X are, sorry, the S and 3, there we go. I know the S and 3 are different vehicles, but it's also very interesting how they're able to really update the driving dynamics of these vehicles. And I almost let this car keep on driving through the red light because I'm so used to full self-driving. Anyway, we're starting to get into rush hour traffic here, so a lot of people around here. But yeah, this car has been really good over the last bit. It's 4 years old, drives well. I don't have any complaints, man. You know, a piece of advice I give people, and this is not specific to Tesla. I mean, I don't care what car you buy nowadays, cars are very expensive. I've been watching these YouTube videos where people go to car lots and they look at the price of vehicles. There was one guy who went on this Toyota car lot, and a Toyota Camry was $50,000. Now, I'm sure that Camry is fully loaded, so that's why it's 50 grand. But $50,000 for a Toyota Camry, I mean, that's a car that you get when you're, you know, you don't have a ton of money. $50,000 for a Toyota Camry. Absolutely nuts. And the reason I bring this up is, even though you're buying a quote-unquote cheap car like a Toyota, you still need to be mindful of buying a used car with warranty on it, because there are so many electronics, so many things that could go wrong with a car, that you need to be able to fix these cars. If you come out of pocket or if you get the warranty, you need to be able to fix these cars, right? Yeah, if you buy a brand new car, you're going to get several years of warranty. If you buy a used car, depending on how used the car is, maybe you get the warranty, maybe you don't. Maybe you got to pay for the warranty. All different kind of things depending on your situation. I tell people all the time, try to get a car that has warranty attached to it. I don't care if you got to pay for it. I don't care if it's complimentary. I don't really care what the situation is. Get a car that has warranty. It is so expensive to fix cars nowadays. Make sure you get a car with warranty. And if you see from what I've just told you in this video, I had to get this car worked on 11 times in a year. 11 times I showed it to a service center in a year. I think Tesla's labor rate is $240 an hour. If I got charged just 1 hour, 1 hour of labor per time, and I only went 10 times. I know I went 11, but let's say I went 10 times. 10 by 240 is $2,400. That doesn't include parts. And obviously, every time you go, you're going to spend more than 1 hour getting your car work done. I could have easily spent $5,000 out of warranty on this car. Now, you would hope that you would actually buy a very cheap car so that the $5,000 doesn't hit you too hard. But, you know, these are things you got to think about. That's number one. Number two, you also got to think, hey, I'm buying a used car. This car might have issues with it. Let me either put money on the side or let me make sure I get the warranty. I don't care to put money on the side. I'd rather just go get the warranty. So I got the warranty. I didn't have to really spend too much money, and we're in good shape. So it's something I just tell people all the time, especially living out here in Westchester. A lot of people got nice stuff out here. I mean, we got a BMW right there in the left lane. You see all kind of nice vehicles out here. Got a Honda going up the hill. Is that a Type R? I think those cars are crazy to buy. $50,000 Hondas, but that's a story for another video. Anyway, yeah, man, make sure when you buy a used vehicle, you're buying the warranty, because that warranty will financially save you. You don't want to buy a car out of warranty, man. It might be the last time you ever drive a car. I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, this stuff is expensive, man. It's really expensive. And this guy, why are you like on my ass, bro? Look, Tesla's telling me to take over. Yeah, I mean, why are you like all up on me? I'm in the slow lane and I'm going over the speed limit, but you're like all up on me. I swear, like, these people smoke crack before they come outside. I mean, if I'm going too slow, that's fine. Just go around me. I'm in the right lane for a reason. Look at this guy. I mean, shit, you might as well just go at that point. You're like sticking out in the road. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, make sure you buy warranty. And I guess also have good insurance with the way people drive nowadays. Anyway, guys, I don't want to drag out this video. That's my 1 year, 25,000 mile review. I guess technically almost 50,000 mile review with my Tesla Model S. It's a great family sedan. If you're a family of 4, maybe 5, you can afford, if you could afford to buy one of these, go ahead and get one. They're great. I know they don't make them anymore. The prices of these things have been going down because they're getting older and older. They went up for a little while. Same thing with the Model X. They went up for a little while, but lately they've been coming back down to reasonable prices. I mean, they're great cars. And if you need like a larger vehicle like the Model Y, which I'm not a real fan of, but you could get one of those for 20 grand. I mean, that's a great deal for a crossover nowadays. I mean, don't be afraid of buying a used car. Remember, when you buy a new car and you drive it off the lot and it comes to your house, you get home that evening, you know what that car is now? It's now a used car. Think about it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to make a U-turn pretty soon, get back home. Like the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, and I'll talk to you guys later.